Hey, this is Super Wrestling Funtime. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Dan. Today we're going to be talking about the CWC. We're going to talk about some of the matches that already happened, some of our favorites from the series so far, and just things we're thinking about coming up.
All right, so Dan, I think favorite matches, it's hard to not start with Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi.
That's a pretty obvious high point of the whole thing.
Yeah, spoiler for a later episode, that made both of our match of the year so far lists.
Yeah, that one was definitely, for me, that was easily the highest point for wrestling. Just wrestling, like, as a sport or an entertainment.
They definitely presented it like a sport, because the story they built in the match was about Alexander putting in like the best performance of his career and still not being able to find something that could put away Ibushi.
Yeah, because Ibushi is a murderous legs with a man attached.
Yeah, he's like the happiest man in the world who also wishes he was dead.
It's like, I kind of noticed he's Cena, but you don't get pissed at him because he's just like, he's so happy to be there. He just wants to make people happy. He's smiley. He just loves his job. He loves the people. He loves the fans. But because his feet murder things for a living,
then he just kicks you as hard as physically possible.
You're just like, oh shit. And then afterwards he's just like, I made you happy. And you're like, oh, you did.
It's like, you guys were so excited when I gave that guy a pulmonary embolism by kicking him so hard.
So,
I don't know why my Ibushi accent is Spanish. I don't know what happened there.
It happens.
But yeah, it was just so, like, they built a story out of two guys that had nothing really going in. Neither of them really had a strong, compelling story, because Ibushi's was like, I want to make fans happy. And Alexander's was, I want to prove that I'm good at this.
Yeah. And it worked out really well. Like, I loved, especially the unscripted moment at the end with the fans cheering for Alexander to get a contract and Triple H vaguely confirming that was happening.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wasn't already happening, it's probably happening now.
It should be.
And I can't see any reason why no one in that situation would be against, like, why any of them in that situation would be against that whole deal, because
other than that whole, like,
work out.
Institutional racism in WWE.
Yeah, there's still the whole terrible backwardsness of WWE.
Yeah, like I can't see any reason not to have Cedric Alexander be like a feature player in the Cruiserweight division after a performance like that.
Yeah. For me, I know one of the only other ones that stands out as much as that one was Gargano versus Ciampa in the first round.
That was the best match of the first round by quite a bit.
And it was, like, a lot of it was the match, but a lot of it was just they also had the advantage of anyone that was, like, invested in the network, invested in NXT, invested in those two guys' entire career. That story built to, like, this wonderful, like, final clash between the two of them.
Yeah,
well, not final clash, but this wonderful clash between the two of them, the build up to the match and everything.
Much greater, like, story elements coming in.
Yeah.
Than, like, whereas the Ibushi-Alexander match was the sort of pure sports kind of setup. Gargano and Ciampa had that great video beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Showing, like, these guys are, they've been in all the same places, they're friends, but now they both know that the best opportunity of their careers is about to happen, and they're probably going to have to kill each other for it.
Yeah, well,
and the fact that they carried that in to their tag title match, like, whatever, like a week later, and made that, a story in the match, where when that Revival Gargano-Ciampa match ended, everyone's waiting for Ciampa to turn on him. Because they did the same, they sat in the ring the same way.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying how, I guess this is a little side note from all of this, but I do love that now with the network, they are carrying stories between programs.
Yeah, there's like a little Triple H pocket dimension on the WWE network that's not acknowledged by actual TV, but
Vince hasn't noticed
it. Has continuity within itself.
No, Vince hasn't noticed it, so he hasn't felt the need to put his weird masturbation fantasies over top of it.
So those are, I think, the best two matches of the tournament. I also really liked the Grand Metalik Tajiri match from episode 5.
Oh, that was so good. Yes.
That was way better than I thought it was going to be, because Tajiri's old.
Yeah, well, the guy
his first match was really mediocre.
It started the whole tournament well. Like, it was not great, but it was
one of the, like, this match is going to get lost in the shuffle of the first round.
Yeah.
But as you're watching it, it was, like, a lot of fun as it's happening.
Yeah.
But Tajiri is just sort of shifty old man.
Yeah. I also like that I don't think Tajiri's spine can go upright. Because no matter what the guy does, he's in that weird crouchy thing, just going around. He constantly looks like he's suspicious of you. And he thinks that you're trying to steal his keys or something.
That's why he kicks people in the head.
Yeah.
No, you can't have my keys.
I need these to get home. I've got nothing else to get here.
Can you imagine him just like buying groceries like that? Like side-eyeing everyone in the aisle. Like, just like hunched over his cart. You can't have my beans. They're mine. I got here first.
Some mother of three like grabs the last box of Kellogg's and he's runs and just starts buzz kicking.
Green mist steals the beans.
Oh, were you okay? Like, were you kind of hoping that the green mist would come out?
I was surprised he didn't do it. He's the only guy in the tournament who uses that spot. So.
Yeah, who spits at people.
And that was like
a spot.
That was a big deal when he was in WWE.
Yeah,
that spot
I was really, really expecting almost like a heel turn at one of the matches for him to just be like, "Well, I'm losing."
I just thought of the best stupid spot.
Oh?
Okay, so when he's against Grand Metalik, he spits the green mist all over his mask. Grand Metalik just pulls off his mask and has another one underneath.
Just gives him the fuck, dude.
That would have been outstanding. Just wipes it off, throws it. Like, come on, man.
Someone needs to do that now.
That'd be so bad, but so good.
That would be amazing. Okay, before we get lost, another guy that really, really stood out to me, because when I watched they did that whole introductory episode where they just brought the guys in the ring and were like,
that bracket special?
Yeah, which was, no, not the bracket special.
The one before that?
The one before that, where they just introduced the characters. They literally just brought each character into the ring, and then the announcers, Brian and,
Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, I can't say his name. I always just want to go like Mello. Milano.
Milano Collection AT.
Yeah. So,
actual announcer from Japan.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Shit. Okay. They just brought each guy into the ring, and the two of them just did a brief talk on them.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So when that happened, I immediately made assumptions of all of them, because that's what I do. I judge people immediately.
That's kind of what the point of that special was.
And one of the ones that came out when he first showed up, I'm just like, I'm going to hate you, and I'm not going to like anything you do, and I just want you to go away, and you shouldn't have been chosen for this. Gallagher.
Yeah, I knew that's where you were going.
Then the moment he stepped in that ring, oh my God, I want more Gallagher.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
He is everything the vaudevillains are trying to do.
But successfully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazingly successfully. Like, oh my God, I love that guy.
I kind of wish he was wearing the, turn of the century strongman thing.
Yeah.
That Simon Gotch has.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty great.
I do like his weird neon.
I like how they don't look like
rainbow
real
trunks.
Wrestling tights. They look like he just
like he went.
They look like swim trunks.
Yeah, like he went into Gap and was like, "Well, these'll do."
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping he would just come in with a new pair every time that just looked like it was just random shit. He took out a Zellers or something.
He just bought a bunch of underwear.
Yeah.
We just gotta get a new one out of each pack.
Just as long as it doesn't have the weird little crotch cross.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that it is underwear. He's
little crotch flap thing.
Yeah, the crotch flap. I wonder if anyone uses those.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But yeah, Jack Gallagher was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And his Akira Tozawa match was
so
really good.
But
it was one of those matches that really suffered from coming after Ibushi and Alexander.
Yeah.
Nothing could touch that.
That was one of the only downfalls, I think, of the second round. Was Ibushi and Alexander was the second match.
Which they put the best episode on first.
Yeah, the bar was way too high.
Yeah. I think actually if they reversed the order of the episodes, that would have been
perfect.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good move.
Yeah. I agree, because the
Tajiri Metalik match was also the second best match in the second round.
I don't know. I have a tough call between that one and Gargano versus Perkins.
That was really good too. That also features like the grossest spot when he does that weird suplex catch on the floor.
That was terrible. Like,
Gargano just eats shit on the table.
Thank you, Gargano, for doing that.
It looks like he breaks his other leg.
Yeah, like it really sold him giving up the huge upset.
Yeah,
but holy crap. That was actually, I like that also about that match. That was the only match so far that I was actually shocked by the result.
That was the biggest upset by a pretty wide margin, I think.
Yeah, because there was a few matches where it could have been, like, it could have gone either way. Mm-hmm. But even then, it's still, like, it was just like, if it had gone the other way, you would have been like, okay, I can kind of, like, I can see where you're going. But with that one, I was dead set on, like, Gargano is...
I had Gargano in the Final Four.
Yeah.
I thought Perkins had no shot.
Yeah. I was really hoping for... I didn't think it would happen, especially after the leg injury. I was really hoping for Gargano to be Final Two.
I think, if Ibushi signed, I think he would have made the finals. I don't think... He has a chance still, but I don't think... No, Ibushi.
Yeah, I was going to say Gargano did not have a chance.
I was thinking, like, since it seems like Ibushi's not going to sign, I was sure Gargano was going all the way to the finals from that side of the bracket.
Yeah, same. Like, he seemed like just a good favorite to pick. Yeah. I didn't know if they were going to let him win, mostly because it would seem really shitty for your first ever CWC to be won by one of the only guys that's actually signed by you already.
Yeah, I think they have like 3 guys. Yeah, and he's one of them.
Just be kind of like, show like a little bit of favoritism, which would just rub people the wrong way, even if Gargano is worthy and like deserving of it. It would not work out well. Like
Gargano's one of the guys who's over enough that I think it would have been acceptable, though.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be weird if Ciampa won it.
Oh, yeah.
But Gargano is so over with that crowd that I think he could have gotten away with it. But now it doesn't matter.
No.
Because
he's gone.
Out, and his legs don't work.
Now I'm really hoping, and it's not going to happen, but I'm really hoping for a Kendrick.
Kendrick, all of a sudden... If he beats Ibushi, I think Kendrick makes the finals.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, let's segue that into our predictions for the remainder of the tournament.
Yeah. Good
so I guess we'll start at that end of the bracket. We've got Kendrick and Ibushi as the first match in the final 8.
Realistically, Ibushi wins, but I want Kendrick to win.
So there's 2 scenarios here, I think. There's the Ibushi is signing, and Ibushi is not. Yeah. If Ibushi is signing, I think there's no chance he loses. I think he definitely makes it through the next round if he's signing. If he's not, I think there's a chance, and I haven't read spoilers yet, because I know they've taped this. Yeah. So we might sound like idiots.
Yeah, we could have.
But I think if Ibushi is not signing and they know that, I think there's a chance that Kendrick actually moves on, because his story is more interesting.
And he makes the most sense to beat Ibushi of everyone else that he's going to be facing in this round.
He also makes a great final, potentially.
Yeah.
Because you actually have a heel-face dynamic in the finals.
Yeah. Which I think, based on what's probably going to happen, that is your best end result for the last match, because without Ibushi... if you lose Ibushi,
like it's got to be Ibushi or Kendrick in the final, right?
What's that?
Like it's got to be Ibushi or Kendrick making the final, I think.
That's from this side for sure.
Yeah,
it's got to be, because either you're going with Ibushi and the final is just going to be a straight up craze fest.
Yeah.
Or you go with Kendrick and you go for the better story.
Yeah. And I think Daniel Bryan on commentary for a Kendrick final would be really outstanding.
Yeah.
Like, his homerism would just be like, there'd be a whole nother level. Like, you just get Daniel Bryan just screaming, like, no, fuck off, other guy, let him win, let him win.
Go on.
Brian, eat his face.
I would not be surprised if Bryan actually ran down to the ring to distract. Unscripted.
Yeah. No one told him who's winning. He decided to take it into his own hands.
Just throws everything out. Throws everything out the window to just get his guy over.
But so let's make a call. Who do you think's going on, Ibushi or Kendrick?
I'm gonna pull a Daniel Bryan on this and call Kendrick just because that's my favorite. That's who I want to go.
I am gonna be boring and also pick Kendrick.
Positive reinforcement.
Because Kendrick is the one that I want, and I don't really care if I'm right.
Yeah. We learned, we're using what Ryback taught us, the secret. If you believe it and you envision it, you can have it.
And we want a Brian Kendrick final.
Yeah.
We're wasting the superpower of the secret, I think, on this.
I also just like making fun of Ryback.
So, next bracket, we'll just go straight down. This one actually I think is going to be really tough. It's TJ Perkins and Rich Swann. Winner to face the winner of Ibushi and Kendrick.
Oh, yeah, it is a tough one. I want to say Perkins at this point.
I think in terms of match quality, Perkins is the way to go.
Yeah.
And I think because he beat Gargano,
that's the thing.
There's a really good shot that he's the one who advances.
Because I feel like he's my second favorite to go all the way to the finals. Because if you get him, like, again, if Ibushi doesn't sign, I think the Perkins has a really good shot too, because then you have the complete underdog versus probably the favorite.
He also kind of wrestles like a heel.
Yeah.
In the first two matches, so
an amazing.
You could get that. You could still get that heel face thing in the finals.
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I think this is another one where I feel like whoever wins Ibushi and Kendrick determines what the better call is.
Yeah.
Because I think Kendrick Swann is a more interesting combination. Because Swann is such Swann's like straight up high flyer babyface. And Kendrick is like grimy asshole.
That is true.
Just like like he's such a scumbag that I feel like him wrestling Swann makes the match more interesting because Swann is just so likable that it makes Kendrick seem even more like a greasy shit. And he's cheating against
Swann has an amazing ability to constantly look surprised by whatever is going on.
Yes.
Like his entire wrestling persona is, I came here to dance. Oh, someone's wrestling me.
Why are we fighting?
Yeah, someone's trying to stop me from dancing
this man
by wrestling
me, guys.
Because like his eyes go huge and his hair already looks like he's shocked. Even his beard accentuates the shockiness. Just everything on him is just like, ah!
Well, I mean, half the time he looks like that Fry clip from Futurama where his hair frizzes out.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there like, why are you stopping my dancing? Everyone loves my dancing. So having him just be pissed and angry at Kendrick actually does work really well.
If Ibushi advances, though, I think Perkins is a lock to advance.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just too good of a match to pass up.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it would be... I don't think Swann Ibushi would be as much fun.
No, because we've kind of already had a better version of that with Cendric and Ibushi.
Yeah, so I think Perkins Ibushi would be the...
Yeah.
But because I picked Brian Kendrick to advance, I'm going to pick Rich Swann to advance.
I'm gonna go with Perkins because again I'm mostly picking on favoritism.
Yeah, I could see a Perkins Kendrick match being really, really good.
It could be fun, especially because of how young Perkins is versus how old Kendrick is.
You know what? They're actually not that big of a difference.
What, really? No.
Perkins is like 31 or 32.
Oh Jesus, he looks way younger.
Yeah, he looks 12.
Wow. What's all this talk about him saying that his generation needs a representative then? He's in the generation of like the majority of the stars in WWE right now. All right, that's okay.
Maybe because like half the tournament is like 20.
Yeah, that could be it. Or maybe he just doesn't. He can't do math.
Speaking of people who are 20,
yes,
Noam Dar is like 22 or something ridiculous.
He is 22.
And he's got Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
in the final 8.
I do love with Noam Dar. Like we should do our predictions, but I do love with Noam Dar. Like he's clearly Scottish. But they have to like really, really enforce on the tournament. We're not using him to represent Scotland, even though it makes complete sense he should represent Scotland.
He's representing Israel.
Because that seems like a better move for us.
Yeah. He was the only Jew we could find.
Because everyone else...
the parameters of the tournament.
Everyone else...
Colt Cabana was too fat.
Yeah. Well, and everyone else that lives in different like countries from their birth, like the Bollywood boys.
Well, I mean, like TJ Perkins is representing the Philippines. He's from California.
Yeah, and so neither of those guys, they don't say for the Bollywood boys. They never said for the Bollywood boys, like representing India
BC.
via BC or representing Pakistan via California. It's only
Philippines and Pakistan are very different places.
They start with P's. Yeah. But the only one they feel the need to do that with is Noam Dar.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Because they can't hide his, like, huge
The
Scottish
fact that his accent is as Scottish as possible.
Yeah.
He tweets in that accent, too.
That's so weird.
It makes it so hard to read any of his tweets.
I kind of like it, though, and I hope he never stops.
Like, yeah.
I hope he doesn't realize he's doing it. I hope he just, like,
he just
really,
thinks everyone else is spelling wrong.
Yeah, he got really hooked on phonics and just couldn't... Is that just a Canadian thing?
No, I think that's an international thing.
Okay, so he got really hooked on phonics and just, like, really went with, like, just spell it the way it sounds, sound it out and spell it that way. And then he just didn't realize he took it too far.
Yeah.
He took the phonics way too far. So that's... Anyways, so predictions.
So he's wrestling Zack Sabre Jr. That's happening.
Yeah.
So this is the match that I think both of us are least interested in for the next round.
I hate this match.
Yeah, I'm not interested in either of these guys.
No,
Dar did a really great job against Ho Ho Lun,
yes,
though, making him look good.
Yeah, making him look like he knew what he was doing.
Points to Noam Dar for that, even though...
And again, he's super young, so he's got a ways to go. So, like, the guy, for his age and for this tournament, good pick.
Yeah, like, I don't dislike him at all. He's just a little bland.
He's got a ways to go. He's got to develop.
Zack Sabre Jr., we have thoughts about. I feel like we don't have time to get into them right now.
We're going to do a whole video on our feelings of Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, it's going to happen at some point.
Either way, I think we're both picking him as the favorite to win.
I think there's no way he loses.
There is no effing way, and I feel we're both still angry about that.
Yeah, that's preview for how that other video is going to go. But yeah, I think there's no way Zack Sabre Jr. loses.
No, there's no way. He's winning this, and I think he's going all the way to the end.
Yeah, there's very few scenarios I can see where he doesn't.
Who are the other two?
So the other side of this bracket has Akira Tozawa and Grand Metalik.
Oh yeah, see, I want Akira.
Yeah, I really want Akira Tozawa
him to go
in
all
the
the way to
finals.
the end.
Which incidentally is who I think moves on from this round.
Yeah.
Grand Metalik is awesome though.
I would also wouldn't mind him going to the finals.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be a really good match.
Yeah,
actually, him and Ibushi would be pretty bonkers. I think
that would be fun.
Especially if you give them like a half hour on the final show.
Well, they've got it. Like, I would imagine the final show is going to be just focused on... I'm sure they're going to do...
The final show is an actual, like, show. I think it's going to be, like, there's an undercard and stuff of the past guys. I'm not sure if I read that somewhere or I just fabricated it now.
Either way, I hope it happens.
Either way, I want that to be the case.
That would be good. That makes sense. Cool. Instead of just doing like a bunch of hoopla over one match.
Well, it'd be cool to get a bunch of like just like undercard stuff.
Yeah, and like
pick up some
guys,
of the stories from the tournament.
Yeah, or match up guys that hadn't faced each other that you wanted to see, maybe.
Yeah, like you could probably you could throw a Bollywood Boys tag against somebody underneath. That would be really good.
Yeah.
They're another team that I think would be a great...
I want that.
I don't know if they'd be a good main roster team necessarily, but as an NXT team...
They'll make NXT really well. Like,
I would enjoy them.
Everything about them fits NXT.
Can you imagine them in the Revival?
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be such a, like, weird clash of styles, but with the Revival's style of match, I think it would be super fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because they just beat on the tiny one.
Yeah.
Like, savagely.
The younger. The younger Bollywood.
The one with more charisma, but who's like 140 pounds.
It's just super. They're gonna break him. And I would love that match.
But yeah, Grand Metalik is wrestling Akira Tozawa.
I gotta agree with you. Akira he's gonna win it. I can't see him losing it. One, he's just like he has the pedigree behind him. He has the experience behind him. He can make everyone look good. He made that board of a wrestler.
Yeah, Kenneth Johnson.
Yeah, look like amazing.
That was actually like because Akira Tozawa wrestling a broom.
Yeah,
because Kenneth Johnson was like the physical dimensions of a broom.
Yeah, he was the weirdest one of the entire tournament.
It's weird that, as like an American guy, they picked someone who was so bad.
Yeah, like you have all of America to choose from, which is the...
Like, I'm sure they could have found someone with a cool story like his, but that was...
What was his story?
His was like he overcame, like, a stutter that was so bad that he could barely speak.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, I think, like, really poor.
Rich Swann had a better story than that.
Yeah, that whole, like, my parents died and wrestling saved me story is...
I didn't know about that until he, like, whipped that out on the last match, and he's like, wrestling saved my life, and you're like,
he had that in his first promo, too.
Oh, I just
But they didn't go as heavy on it. And it was dark.
I don't know who he was listening
Real dark.
who he was against, but
Rich Swann's like the Pokemon of the Cruiserweight Classic. Like, on top, it's really, like, light and fun and colorful, and then you get a little bit into it, and it is just the grimmest thing.
Rich Swann is a Cubone.
yeah, exactly. He's wearing his mother's trunks.
Yeah.
That's why they're pink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, it makes sense. Yeah.
Did you see the ones that he had last round with wings on them?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Just, like, flop on the side.
Whip around. I was kind of hoping he'd do, like a twirl. Or in front of the guy when he's on the ground,
like a spin move.
Yeah, like when the guy does the kneel spot for like the running knees, instead of doing a running knee, he just twirls his hips and like slaps him with the flaps. It'd be amazing.
Okay. So Tozawa goes to the next round, right? That's where we arrived at.
Tozawa goes to the next round. Faces Zack.
So we've got Tozawa. We both got Tozawa and Zack Sabre Jr. So let's. I'm guessing Sabre probably wins.
Yeah.
It'll probably be really good, though.
Yeah, like, the best match out of Sabre is going to come from that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing is I really fear if Sabre goes against Ibushi in the end.
Yeah, but Ibushi's just going to, like, kick him so hard that his, like, bird sternum will collapse on itself. Yeah. So that'll be at least...
I guess either in both of our scenarios, either Kendrick or Ibushi going to the end.
Yeah.
With Ibushi, you get the satisfaction of someone just like kicking Sabre's face off.
Yeah.
And like it's going to be a couple of times, like at least 3 times, I would imagine he's going to get his face kicked off or kicked in. And his face is really like long, so there's a lot to kick in. And smash.
It'll be easier for Ibushi to find a range.
Yeah. So that'll be exciting. Or with Kendrick. You just get, again, grimy veteran.
Yeah, he's just going to cheat like a maniac.
Oh, it's going to be a mess. I hope he just jabs him in the eyes.
Yeah, like Sabre's going to turn him into a pretzel, and he's just going to like shove his thumb up his nose or something.
Deal with this.
So, yeah, we both got Sabre going to the final. So on the other side, I've got Kendrick and Swann. You've got Kendrick and Perkins.
Again, mostly out of favoritism.
Out of those guys, I think there's no way Kendrick doesn't advance.
Yeah.
Or Ibushi doesn't advance.
All depending on this.
Depending on which of them wins, I think. But, so, like, a Kendrick-Sabre final, definitely not one I would have been pumped about.
No.
Looking at the bracket to begin with.
But after seeing Kendrick's character.
Yeah, after Kendrick's character, I think that could be a really exciting final.
That's the weird thing I think about this entire tournament. For at least I know for you and me. I feel like no one else in the wrestling world agrees with us. But going into this tournament, not super excited about Kendrick.
Kendrick seemed like a filler guy.
Really,
like someone dropped out and they knew Brian Kendrick wasn't busy because he's training Eva Marie.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not like you're going to make progress there.
Yeah.
just come do this thing for a month.
We don't need her to wrestle anyways. That's been her gimmick. So
we're just going to get her suspended every time we run out of ideas to keep her off TV.
So, yeah, I was not excited about him. Sabre, I was super excited for.
I was hyped for Sabre because I'd never seen him wrestle before.
After their first matches, it was like, Kendrick all the way. And
Kendrick's first match was really good.
Oh, so fun.
Especially, like, the best spot of the tournament for creativity was kicking the ropes into the face of the guy who had braces.
Yeah.
It was just such a, a gross, clever spot.
I did feel so bad for that kid because, oh man, his mouth was so bloody after that. Like, not the that was planned bloody. Like this.
That guy came off looking great though.
He did. Yeah. And he was...
Raul Mendoza, according to the bracket.
I can't remember. Was he one of the Mexicans too?
He's either Mexican or from South America, but I forget which.
Okay. Either way.
It's hard to tell with the Spanish name.
Well, because...
there's options there.
Dorado's
Mexico.
No, he represented...
Oh, no, sorry, Lince Dorado. I'm thinking Mascara Dorado, which is Grand Metalik now.
Yeah, Lince Dorado was representing Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think that's all we've got for
We've got a Kendrick Sabre final.
Yes.
Who wins the Cruiserweight Classic?
I really don't want to say.
So you're just going to make a noise like you have to shit?
Sabre, and I don't want him to. Kendrick wins it because what a better way to put over the Cruiserweight Classic than a surprise heel win.
So I read that apparently Sabre's kind of resistant to signing.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Like they're having trouble.
Oh, that's so good.
If they can't get anything done, I think it goes to Kendrick as the winner. And then they bring him in as a cruiserweight, and he's just like the grimy old guy in the division.
It also gives
can't
him
keep up athletically, but cheats like a maniac and can win.
And it gives him an amazing starting story in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Because it's just like he can avoid matches all he wants when he's just like, nah, I smoked like a pack of cigarettes just like 5 seconds ago. I am not going out to wrestle because I won the tournament and I don't need to prove myself. And he just like,
I got this trophy! That probably weighs the same as he does.
Yeah, he looks...
He does not... He doesn't look super healthy.
No, I like that about his character.
Yeah, it actually really helps.
Yeah,
but
that he looks like he's like going around a mall. Just
he looks like he did a lot of meth,
out of
but
trays.
like a month ago.
Yeah, like he's on the road to recovery.
Yeah, like he's got some weight back on.
Yeah,
but he did a lot of meth.
After he wins this tournament, HBO has a special on him about his his whole descent.
Breaking Brian.
Breaking Brian.
So I think if Sabre is willing to sign, I think he wins.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
If he's
winning.
not, then whoever's on the other side of the bracket wins.
Yeah.
Which probably Kendrick. Hopefully Kendrick. But otherwise, like Ibushi Sabre would still be really good.
Yeah.
And Ibushi winning would be cool.
Ibushi versus Sabre, I think Ibushi's winning.
Yeah.
Because reasons.
Although he is advertised for DDT in the fall.
Oh.
So I feel like he's probably definitely not signing. But that would be great.
Yeah.
Because if they add Ibushi at that point, like NXT's basically just a Japanese.
Yeah, it's
indie.
New Japan. You've got Ibushi, Hideo, Asuka, Asuka, and Nakamura. Like you've got a bunch of their top stars, which I could also see a reason why Ibushi may not want to sign because he's just like, no, we're just taking all of Japan's stars.
Also, Ibushi's just super weird.
Yeah,
like he went to Kaiju Big Battle over a lot of other places that wanted to book him on really WrestleMania weekend, and he wrestled against I believe it was a stuffed bear.
Wow.
Yeah, he main evented at like 3 a.m. against the stuffed bear. Kaiju Big Battle. We need to watch some Kaiju Big Battle for this show at some point, by the way.
That's on our list of wrestling with sobriety.
But yeah, so that's the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Let's play Secret Origins of the Cruiserweight Classic.
All right.
Because we have a bunch of wrestlers in this tournament. Particularly a lot of WWE only fans probably don't know a lot of them, and we are here to provide their origin stories, so you have more information about the wrestlers you're watching.
Yeah.
So Dan, let's start with, we talked about this a little bit off camera. Yeah, let's start with Drew Gulak. This was a text message conversation that happened at like 2 a.m. last week.
Most of our content for this entire series is going to be text messages across 2 a.m. Words, I can't string them together.
It sure was
but anyways,
almost a sentence.
Let's segue out of that. Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is amazing because he has this whole like, his head looks like it was built out of like a concrete mold of a man, like those Easter Island men. That's Drew Gulak's head. And it's not like his head looks like one. His head is one on a man that they just like they did some sort of Frankenstein science to him and turned him into a wrestler and were like, Go, stone-headed man, wrestle, wrestle. And he's angry about it, which is what makes him amazing.
It's like they're super pumped that they have a guy who can't sue them for concussions.
Yeah.
Because his head's made of concrete.
His head's just a giant block. So, but he's angry because he resents his creators for this. And I think his entire diet is just tar with gravel. Like, it's like a cereal.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Which also explains why he's so angry and wants to just, like, inflict severe pain upon every one of his opponents.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Drew Gulak, Concrete Man.
Concrete Man. That's, yeah. Anyone who didn't know where he came from, that's where he came from.
And now you know.
Yeah. Who did you have?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, yeah.
I think actually the Cruiserweight Classic videos that they have where the guy does like a punch or whatever on the versus screen, I think actually tells you a lot about him.
Yeah. Everyone has a strong punch or a strong kick.
Well, yeah, like a sweet jump kick.
Yeah.
And Zack Sabre Jr.'s is just like, he doesn't know what to do with his arms. Like, like, Zack, throw a punch. What? I don't understand.
I can grab
Zack, pretend there's wasps. So he looks like he's... So I think actually Zack Sabre Jr.'s fear of wasps is really core to understanding who he is as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Because if you watch, he's grappling people and bending them, and it's all about just sort of showing off how he can, like, cripple someone. And I think what he's doing is he wants to, like, warm up against smaller and smaller opponents.
Yeah.
And he's using the Cruiserweight Classic because eventually he's going to grapple all wasps to death.
Yes. It's just him wrapping himself around them.
But he's not good enough yet.
No.
So he's got to practice on smaller and smaller human beings.
And he still fears the stings.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he wears that big jacket to the ring.
Yeah.
He's just
don't get me.
Yeah. And so I think that graphic actually told us a lot about who he is as a person.
Now my new hope is that if we can get this going around enough, that every Zack Sabre Jr. match has someone in the crowd with little bees on signs.
Okay. You have a new job. People who see Zack Sabre Jr. live.
Yeah. Or wasps, not bees. Because bees, why would he be afraid of bees?
Yeah, bees are
once
friends.
they die. Yeah, they're friends. Wasps, they're dicks.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
All right, Rich Swann.
Yeah, Rich Swann.
Rich Swann.
Rich Swann. Well, we went over it.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
He's Batman.
Rich Swann. Yeah. He's excited. He wants to dance, and is constantly shocked that someone is trying to fight him.
But he's like the Batman of dancing because his parents died.
Oh yeah. Well yeah. He's real dark, real sad.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we gave him like 3 different origins because he's also Cubone.
Yeah.
He's the Cubone of wrestling.
So pick the one you like.
Yeah. He's a choose your own adventure.
That's what's happening. Pick the one that you like.
We had other ones.
I think Tajiri actually came back.
Oh yeah, Tajiri came back.
To pay the medical bills to fix whatever's causing him to spit green poison at people.
And his back, the fact that it doesn't, work like a normal human. Like
I don't know. I feel like he's just kind of okay with that.
He just likes walking around like a cane.
Well, I think the whole grocery store situation where he realized he could just get whatever he wants by looking like a hissing cat. I think he probably was on board with that.
Kind of does.
But I think he just I need to. That's why he stopped spitting the green mist in matches too, because he's slowly dying inside. And he's gonna hawk the trophy so that he can pay to get that
That's actually
fixed.
the liquids inside of him that, he's like an insect. He has no bones inside.
Yeah,
That's filled with that green jelly, so every time he spits it out at someone, he's losing a little part of himself. Like, he's actually... It was from Tajiri's species of Tajiri people. Can
someone make a gif of Dan doing this also?
That's like their form of love. Is we...
So you're saying that Tajiri was just jizzing at people?
Yeah,
when he's
pretty much.
the green mist?
He's trying to impregnate them.
Okay, new story. Tajiri is a sexual predator, and none of us were aware of it.
That's
He's the reason why WWE has an HR now.
No, I was going to say that's Randy Orton's secret origin, but everyone's aware that he's a sexual predator.
Yeah, that's not a secret origin. That's just true.
Yeah.
That's just what his face looks like.
That's every time he goes for the RKO is just him looking at them like...
Chris Hansen just looks up from whatever he's doing and is concerned but doesn't know why.
Sense of disturbance. Yeah.
All right, so now you know more about the Cruiserweight Classic. and some of the secret origins of the participants.
Yep.
And we will see you next time on Super Wrestling Funtime.
Well, Bret Hart gave up.
Steve Austin is broken out of the sharpshooter.